Hello, hello. Today is day 10 of our 21 days for a self-judgment detox, and I'm going to read today's. So it says, I feel like I am never good enough. I am my worst critic and prevents me from moving forward. And it's so true that, that saying, we can't change what we judge. But learning to be compassionate and kind to ourselves in a culture that loves us being hard on ourselves, or, just tells us some like tough love, which I always say this, what a joke, the idea of tough love. To me personally, there's no such thing as tough love. There's nothing about love that's tough. As I was talking about yesterday, the David Goggins saying you should shame people that are overweight. There's nothing loving about that. It's not even like helpful to someone whatsoever. But learning, so of course we're hard on ourselves because that's what the culture teaches. So anyway, let's tap. Even though I feel like I'm never good enough, I judge myself so harshly. I choose to honor this truth right now. Even though I feel like I'm never good enough, I learned so long ago to be my own worst critic. And it keeps me from moving forward. I choose to honor this truth right now. Even though I can be so hard on myself, I am my own worst critic. Somehow, some way, so long ago, I learned to believe a lie that feels like a truth, but it's still a lie. The lie that tells me I'm not good enough. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. And go to the eyebrow. I tell myself I'm not good enough. I learned to believe this lie so long ago from all the programming around me, from this insane culture that teaches me that somehow, some way, for some bizarre reason, I'm not good enough. And it feels so true. What did I ever do to become not good enough? Truth is, I just learned to believe the programming I was surrounded by that constantly had me judging myself, like never measuring up. And I live in a society that feeds off competition, not cooperation. It's winners and losers. And even if you're a seeming winner in this culture, you always end up terrified for when you could lose. So what if I could begin to wake up from the nightmare that I've been surrounded by? The nightmare that tells me I'm not good enough. I somehow don't measure up. I haven't created what I want. And that's my fault. And what if not getting what I think I should want could actually be a good thing? Because what if I'm meant to see this all so differently? And what if this belief that for some random reason that the culture I live in espouses that I'm not good enough? What if this is actually here to help me see how deeply entrenched I've become in a culture that breeds competition and breeds not good enough? And what if, as I start to wake up from this nightmare, I start to notice that I believe less and less that somehow I'm not good enough? And what if that's evidence that I'm changing my physiology and changing what's possible for me? Oh, I'm not good enough. What if I am? No, I'm not good enough. Says who? I'm not good enough. What if I am? I'm not good enough. Yes, I am. I'm not good enough. Yes, I am. And what if the more I start to break down this lie that I'm not good enough, what if I start to feel lighter and freer? And what if space opens up for me and I start feeling freer? And I start to notice all the little ways that I recognize the goodness that's innate within me. And I start to catch that bully in my brain feeding me the lie that I'm not good enough. And I start to interrupt that more and more and more. And then I start to feel better and lighter and freer. And take a breath. Yeah, I do believe it's pretty hard to live in this culture and not at some point or throughout life be like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't measure up. Look at all these people that have all these things that I should have, and look at their lifestyles or look at what they're doing. And even that idea, like somehow, like I said, we love the superstars here. And yet it's like waking up from that nightmare can be such a relief. And again, like I caught it in myself today, and I was talking to my husband about it. I was like, yeah, I really caught myself in this phase of sort of jealousy or envy. And it was so great to talk to him about it and be like, I noticed, we had a great dialogue about it. Like, it's just the programming, like somehow this person has things better off than me. And when I really look at it, I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't. And yet I'm measuring myself by this very ego-based standard. That's insane. And when I think about like I do think this is where gratitude can come in, or just like noticing goodness, like noticing the little things that you do good. Like, I love animals. I rescue animals. We give them amazing homes. It's always been something near and dear to my heart. You know, I fight for the rights of animals, and all the little things were like I know I'm an ethical person. I know that I'm good to, you know, and I as a human, I'm good. Do I have my flaws and foibles? Can I be an asshole? Absolutely. But then when I go, no, as a whole, I'm an ethical human being, to really own those things about yourself that you're like, no, this is the type of person I am. And when you hear that bully in your brain sneaking in and going, oh, you're not good enough, it's like, thanks for sharing. And the last thing I want to say is that argue tapping is huge. I'm not good enough. What if I am? I'm not good enough. What if I am? I'm not good enough. Yes, I am. I'm not good enough. No, I'm not. I'm not good enough. Yes, I am. Argue tapping is huge because it trains the brain to follow a negative with a positive. And if you could do that, Deborah, I'll say that to you, like, argue tap till you start to laugh. Till it feels crazy to go, I'm never good enough. Yeah, I am. I'm never good enough. Yeah, I am. I am good enough. No, I'm not. I'm not good enough. I am good enough. No, I'm not good enough. I am. You could even grab 2 chairs. I've said this before. And sit in one chair and tap and go, I'm not good enough. Pop in the other and go, yeah, I am. Because then you're getting the body involved, and it breaks up that programming really fast. And I would say do that, even if it's just argue tapping without moving the body, until it feels ridiculous. Because then you know you're breaking up the neural pathways that have you believing the lie that I'm never good enough. Thanks for the topic. Haiti, great to see you. I'm happy to have you here with me live, and have a great rest of your day, and see you back here tomorrow for day 11. Bye for now.